You're listening to the Beans and Dice podcast, a podcast about how we game.
So I got there late that night. I had work and I flew in from Louisiana. Carlos graciously picked me up. So whenever I got there, you guys were finishing up a game, and me and Carlos were walking down the library trying to find something that would play 6 players. I know famously Carlos fell asleep the first time he played Viticulture.
Oh, yeah. Almost the second time.
Yeah. Well, you're spoiling the story.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, it's fine. So I saw it. I said, that's 6 player. I know you said you wanted to give it another shot. He said, yeah, let's do it. So we set up Viticulture. I think everybody at the table had played it, but I was the only one that had played with the expansions. It was the Essential Edition, which has pretty much all the different components. And then it also had the Tuscany expansion, which was the extra board with 4 seasons. Viticulture is a game I really like. I'm a big Stonemeyer fan. Jamie Stegmeyer. I think it was his first game. I enjoy it. They did not have the print and play like from a third-party printer, Formaggio, the cheese expansion, which is my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
But we had all the others. I think it definitely went a little bit long. With 6 players, it tends to do that. Dan almost broke the game by coming in second place without ever realizing the core mechanic of planting and harvesting grapes and making wine.
Well, let's pause for a moment. And let's acknowledge that as of right now, we're 2 games into our session here talking about games we're reviewing, and Dan has 100% of the time attempted to break the core mechanics of the game.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, that first one, again, he did something Tom advised against. I don't know if it was breaking a core mechanic, but he put everybody in the picture. And then in this one, yeah, he absolutely did not plant a grape until it was the very end of the game. I think he said he finally did plant one at the very, very end. But yeah.
He got a grape, but not by planting it. He had a card that gave him a grape.
That's right. Yep, that was it. Yep.
So, yeah, I like Viticulture. I think Carlos almost fell asleep again. But
almost.
What are you guys' thoughts?
All right, I guess we'll go round robin when we do these things.
Yeah.
I did get to participate in that game of Viticulture. I really wanted to give it a second try. My first time was at Dice Tower, like 2017, 2018. It was a while ago.
Yeah.
And I did fall asleep, not because of the game, because I've fallen asleep to my favorite game. So please don't take that, Jamie, if you're watching this, please don't take that as a knock to Viticulture. I fall asleep to a lot of games. I need to go see a doctor.
But twice?
The second time I played it, I think it's really got to be the 6-player issue. It has to be.
Yeah.
I know Tom advises not to do it.
I think it's best at like 3, in my opinion.
Well, that's what Tom said. He said he will not play it because he walked by and said, whoa, good luck, guys. This late at night?
Crazy.
He said he will not play it more than 3 players. Yeah. And I need to try it again at 3 players. At 6 players, I guess I'm going to say a 6. I'm okay. I'll play it if I'm in the mood. It's a very chill game, right? Which is the downtime wasn't terrible because it was that late night hour. I did want to just chill. I did get my second win sometime in the middle of that game, and I stood up and started taking actions. Like I started figuring it out.
Oh yeah.
So there was some exciting moments. But I think at 6 players, if we bring it down to 4 or 3, it'll be a better game.
Yeah. Well, I would agree. I would say that downtime was an issue for me at 6. I really like Viticulture. I'd give Viticulture probably a 7 or an 8 out of 10. Probably,
which one is it?
Probably an 8 out of 10, I guess, if I had to put a number on it. So it's a very solid game.
So it's very good. Right. You enjoy playing it and would suggest it?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And I definitely it introduced some concepts. The grande worker was something that really wasn't a thing in worker placement before that, and that's a thing you see in lots of games now. Is a worker that allows you to break the rules, go somewhere where other people are already at, and so I definitely give it props for some of the things that it did back in the day when it first came out. But yeah, it's a fun game. The downtime, though, with 6 did get to me a little bit. There was a lot of waiting in between. And with 6 people, again, there's so many people putting stuff on the board. Sometimes, in Viticulture, a lot of times you're hoping somebody doesn't go to that spot you're wanting. But with 6 people, it's pretty good chance if there's something that's decent out there and you had to pass on it this time, by the time it gets back to you around to you, there's almost no chance it's going to be there again. So.
Well, except for the addition of the expansion that adds those special workers. Yep. And I think they're random powers, variable powers. Is that right, Mitch?
Yeah, so the one would let you like go back in time to previous seasons.
Yeah, the 2 that we had was Time Traveler guy.
Yep.
So he can go backwards in time.
I don't remember what the other one was.
And then it was like a troll under a bridge.
Well, this guy, you could still go to his space, but you'd have to pay him money.
I like that.
You had to pay whoever was
Time Traveler and Troll is how I remembered it, remember which the Troll allowed us to do more things, because people would use that Troll first to go somewhere they knew other people wanted to go.
Sure.
Which allowed us to go to that space. It just cost us money. So they didn't clog up the board as much.
Well, it didn't break the rule. It didn't allow you to go there with anything other than your grande worker. But
Well, no, because when you placed that troll, he didn't take a space, right,
okay.
Mitch?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
He was kind of set aside, so he didn't take the space, the physical space. So the odds were I'd be able to go there because there's one less person ahead of me.
One more spot open. I see what you're saying. Yep, for sure. And that's the first time I had ever played the Essential Edition. I'd never played with the expanded board and the 4 seasons. I'd played Viticulture probably 3 or 4 times before that. And the expansions, I could see that being a lot for a first-time player, but if you've played before, I think all but maybe one of us had played before. If I remember, we were teaching maybe one person, or maybe we'd all played. I can't remember. But
you guys had all played because I only remember teaching the expansion mechanics.
Okay. So maybe that was it. Maybe we just went over the expansion. But yeah, really good game. I think an 8, solid 8 for me would be my rating.
Do you think that the expansion makes it better? Do you like it with the expansion?
I think it does. I would need to try it again. And like you said, we threw pretty much everything in there. Well, I say pretty much everything. I'm sure there's some stuff that we didn't, but we put a lot in there.
Yeah, there's just one thing that wasn't in there.
Yeah, okay. So that was pretty much everything for the game. And I know they're coming out with another expansion. I don't know if we know any of the details yet about that. I don't think so. I don't think Jamie said anything about it yet, but they are coming out with yet another expansion for Viticulture. So I'm definitely excited to see what that is. But yeah, it was a little on the much side doing it the first time, but now that I've done it, I want to play it again with everything and see how that goes. But yeah, I think it makes it a better game.
Mitch, I didn't hear your rating on it. If you know what, go to BGG and do it now. Rate it. What would you rate it on BGG?
Yeah, so I definitely think at 6 it slows it down. It's supposed to be a snappy game. This is a game I like a lot. I'll never play it without the expansion, though. I think I'd give it a solid 7. It's good. I'm usually willing to play.
Cool.
All right. So
Our average rating is a 7 then, right? 6, 7, and 8?
Yeah, average is 7. I think if we played it at a lower player count, I'd probably go up higher than 6 because I love worker placement.
Yeah,
I do love worker placement flat out.